My parents ran an entertainment agency from the council house. So my mum was a stripper. She would train strippers as well. And so I grew up with, I would sneak down from my bedroom and peek through the front room door, which was never fully closed, and I would see all these women practicing taking their clothes off while my father would sit on the sofa judging their moves. So that was one aspect. The other aspect was the men that came round the council house that were on the agency books were mainly country and western singers. And my father, again, he would make tapes, reel-to-reels of them to send out to other agents and promoters. So I fell in love with, for me, the man with the guitar was the person to be, And so I kind of grew up listening to sort of Elvis and Johnny Cash, and I wrote my first song when I was 7. This was before I learned guitar. And I don't know why I was doing it. Well, I do actually have a theory. And this dates back to when I was about 5. Now, I was a very good reader at school. And I was an A student. So they asked me to read out a hymn in assembly in the morning. So I practiced reading it through with a teacher, but on my way home, skipping along in the afternoon, I thought, hang on a minute, hymns are supposed to be sung, not read. So I made up this crazy tune, absolutely nonsense crazy tune. And the next morning when I came to read the hymn, I started singing it instead. And the entire school started laughing, and the teachers. And I kind of wonder sometimes whether that was kind of like that trauma may have set the wheels in motion of creating musical structure.
Interesting.
It was anything but structured. So age 7, a couple of years later, I wrote this tune, and I sang it to my parents. They thought it was something that I got off the radio. I sang it to all the kids on the council estate, and it was a hit. And I had a book called Bert Weedon Playing a Day. So I learned 3 chords, but mainly 2, C and G7. And then I wrote my first song on the guitar, which was really like a Johnny Cash, a bad Johnny Cash thing. So that's how I started. But as I quickly learnt that I could express whatever turmoil was going on inside me. So I became one of those kids that used music as a way of expressing himself. So when my parents split up, we ended up living with my auntie and uncle not so far away. And I was pretty much going through a horrible time. And then I started listening to singles, there were 2. It was Walk Tall by Lonnie Donegan and What Do You Want If You Don't Want Money by Adam Faith. And these became my absolute go-to things whenever I didn't feel right. So that's really where I got kind of addicted to pop music and music making.